had a great session earlier on, which you were involved in. So that was awesome. Yeah, we had a very good time.
We did some training earlier for some of our Winner Circle people. And if you're watching this and you're like, okay, who are these guys? What's Winner Circle? What the hell is BOSSXL? What is Pit Lane Power Hour? Well, we're going to tell you all about it today because honestly, we are excited, but we're seeing more and more success in our Facebook group. But let's explain exactly to you what Pit Lane Power Hour is. And we'll first start off by, what the hell is that? It's the money hammer. And the bottom line is, I started using it some time ago when I got across the point where someone had success in their online business and showed us proof, progress, results. You see, so many people out there flash the fancy cash pictures or the cars and all like that, and it's all fake. And so what we always say is we show you real, live, proof, progress, results, and people pick up on that. And when they do, I say you hit them with the money hammer, boom, because it's all real and it's all truth. So now the BOSSXL Supercharged Sales Loop system is just that. We're going to explain what it is on the Pit Lane Power Hour. And if you're wondering what the Pit Lane Power Hour is, that's what this show is. Every single week, Rich and myself come on, and starting next week, this is the first time we're doing Facebook Live for the Pit Lane Power Hour. All right? Yeah. Absolutely. And so the format today will be to explain and present to you all about the BOSSXL system, how fantastic, how powerful it is, and how easy it is to actually duplicate and become part of it, and become part of the community, and also start using it yourself to get the results that we're seeing not only from ourselves, but from people inside our system also. Now, on top of that, starting next week on the Pit Lane Power Hour, we'll go back to the original format, which is not only presenting the opportunity, but bringing on real, live, I don't want to say average people, everyday people, Rich, because they're certainly not average, right?
No. If they've gone that step above, it's not even the average people watching this. The people watching have gone a step above. Average people are sat at home watching Strictly Come Dancing. I don't know what we're watching the US, but that's what they're watching over here in the UK, I think.
Right. So, my man, let me go a little further and let people know. While we're doing that, why don't you go ahead and let people know that we're live on Facebook so they can join us, they can share it with their people, because you're not going to want to miss this. Over the next 60 minutes, Rich and I are going to literally hit you with the money hammer with a high-octane, revved-up, supercharged sales loop system called BOSSXL. And it's called BOSSXL for a reason, and we'll explain what that is in a little bit. But the truth is, we put this system together because everyone out there weren't having success because they were missing one big component. And we'll talk about that and explain and why people are now in the driver's seat, you could say, and understanding it once they dial into the BOSSXL system. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take you through a presentation. But before we do that, Rich, we got to say something, don't we? If you're watching this on replay, if you're watching this live, we want to thank you for joining us. Make sure that you basically hit up, let us know, give us some feedback. My man Rich will kind of get back and forth with you while he can. If you're watching this on replay, make sure you reach out to the person that shared the link with you, because you want to work with them to get inside the Facebook group, but also to get started with the BOSSXL Supercharged Sales Loop system. And it's fairly simple, but it's always great to work with the person that introduced you in the first place. So without further ado, I think what we'll do is let's take a few minutes, Rich, and maybe have you kind of explain how BOSSXL came about for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll kind of throw it back over to me. And while I'm finishing up, that gives you time to actually set up the presentation. How's that sound, my man?
That sounds good to me. So like Big said, if you are watching this and you've got the opportunity to share. This is our first Facebook Live, and we're excited. So how did BOSSXL come about? Wow, that's a journey in itself. I've been trying to make money, you know this, buddy, for a lot of years.
Yeah, but you're not only talking to me, Rich. You're talking to hundreds and thousands of people out there now.
There's lots of people doing what I've done.
Plus, we're celebrating a year's anniversary last week during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'll drink to that as well. And so I've been trying to make
But before you do, you're missing something. Big has the money hammer, But my man, Rich, all right, has the money chicken. Now, there's a story behind that because he was afraid to do the one thing that we're going to show you today that has made all the difference in his success. And so now Rich hits people with the
boom, money.
money chicken. Now, you want something funny about that, Rich, about your money chicken there? My dogs love money chickens too, except this is what they look like when they're done with them. They have no beak, no legs.
Yeah. Well, mine's staying intact and going nowhere. There's nobody getting the teeth into that. So.
All right, continue, my man.
But yeah, we're going back a lot of years. I think some of you might have seen me talk about it on Facebook last week. I've been in the non-traditional ways of earning money for about 7 years or so. Network marketing, online marketing, you name it, I've tried it all. And online failed miserably for around 5 years. And in that 5 years, I made $25. One $25 commission in 5 years.
Oh, I can't hit you with the money hammer for that, though. No.
That might be worth the money chicken.
Money chicken.
But yeah, I was shocking. And the reason that I failed so much was not because the businesses that I were involved in didn't work. And it wasn't because I wasn't any good or wasn't a hard worker or wasn't a smart guy. I consider myself kinda, all of them things. But it's because I was overly cautious. People were teaching me and telling me what to do, which is the number one thing that this whole system is built around. And I thought I knew better. I thought they were just trying to get me to spend money, put money in my pocket. And I didn't believe that they were actually trying to, I thought they were trying to take money out of my pocket. I didn't believe they were trying to put it in there. And so I avoided traffic for a long time.
You were chicken.
I got the business opportunity. In fact, I got business opportunities. I was involved in a lot of things. But what I hadn't done was made that leap to drive any real traffic in volume to them. And so it wasn't until a while ago, a good year or two since, that I got involved in a business which it really clicked with me. There was something about it that made a lot of sense, and I absorbed myself in it massively. I threw myself in that business, started to make good money, and that kind of flagged me up to a handful of successful marketers, Big being one of them, and they invited me on to a show just like this. It's over a year ago now. About 14, 15 months ago, something like that. And I came on this show to talk to people and tell them how I'd gone from zero start, because I was broke, I had no money, and I'll fill you in on that story another time.
No, fill them on in now. You see, here's the thing, all right? What I love about Rich is he's humble. But at the same time, the reason I want him to share his story is because many of you are probably in the same situation. And the beautiful thing about BOSSXL is you can do it from a standing start. So let's all, okay, in the live, on the Facebook Live, go ahead. If you want Rich to tell his story about starting from $0, basically being broke, give me a hell yeah in the chat box there, and we're going to force Rich not to be a chicken and actually share his story. Boom, there you go, my man. There you go. Yep. All right, I guess it means you're sharing your story.
So yeah, I came out of work a while ago through ill health and circumstances, one thing or another. So I was pretty much financially on my backside, which is us in the UK. I was in a mess, and a friend of mine approached me about this business and said, look, you need to come and take a look at this. I wasn't really in the mindset for it, but she was persistent and eventually dragged me along to meet somebody who talked a lot of sense. And that's when this whole thing started to piece together. And so I threw myself into that business and learnt everything that there was to learn. Every waking minute was spent either finding stuff out or helping other people find stuff out until I knew it inside out, and I was earning good money as a result of absorbing myself in it. Fast forward to about 14 months ago, 15 months ago, these guys, Big and a couple of other successful marketers, invited me on this show to talk about how I'd gone from nothing to, I think at the time it was about about 23 grand there or thereabouts I'd earned in, about 6 months.
About 6 months. Now, here's someone that went from the previous number of years making $25. That's total over a 2.5 year period.
Not even $25.
After you paid everything, actually, yeah, you were paying money to implementing a system that we talked about at the time, and we've improved it, and that's why BOSSXL is as powerful it is. But he implemented that system, and he went from, as he said, zero. He didn't put his own money in. Talk about that was the best part, Rich. Not only were you chicken, you were broke that you didn't have any money to even put in. So talk about what you did in order to get dollars in order to put that system into action.
The gig that we're talking about, and you'll see it. Well, you'll not see it. You'll see one of them in a few minutes. The system that we put inside BOSSXL is very similar to the one that launched me online, and it's an advertising business. Interestingly, a traffic business. Who would have thought it? And so what I did was I was told that this online traffic would be useful to get visitors to websites. And so I found a free offer. I found something online that I could advertise that if people bought it, I'd get paid. And so I decided to advertise it for free, which you could do with this particular system. And I advertised it. And after a couple of weeks or so, I got 3 sales. So to me, it was just like, right, this is working. But the commission that I made, I used to buy more advertising.
Boom, and that's the key. He took the money he made, didn't put it in his pocket or spend it on things like food. No, he put it back into the business. And that's what's so powerful. And that's what started him on that path. And so what we're going to share with you today, and the reason that we're having Rich do the presentation, the actual PowerPoint presentation, and I'll do the screen share as far as some of the proofs, but Rich is going to come out and show his back office proof also, is one, we want to show you how powerful the system is, all right? So let's finish up, Rich. You went from 0 to about 24,000 in 6 months, but then something else changed. We met at the Super Bowl, Vegas, baby, right? And I said, I loved what you were doing with the original BOSSX, but you were missing a couple of things. But previous to that, right?
You're jumping ahead, yeah. At that point, I'd not started the BOSSX. It's you guys who inspired the action. I'd had this idea, this crazy idea, years prior of a business system, but I had no clue how to make it happen. And spending a weekend in Vegas with Big and some other great guys, that's what really drove me to think, do you know what? What I'd done was amazing. And it were getting me lots of attention, and that's all fabulous. But the problem is it's not something that many other people could duplicate. Other people weren't going to throw themselves into it like I had. What I needed was a system. And that's what I learned that weekend. So when I got home, what I did is I started to piece together the very first BOSSX, and that's essentially an automated sales system, a funnel, a way of creating a multi-stream online income. It's BO, business opportunity, SS, which is sales system, X, exposure. And that was the very first incarnation of what you're about to see. It's evolved.
And once you did that, let's talk about, so you were from 0 to about 24,000, 23,000 or so in that 6-month period. Share with the people what happened at the end of 1 year after you implemented the system, but then you went and you created your own, right? And implemented that based on the feedback, all of that. Give them the numbers, my man. This is someone starting from 0 broke, all right? But he basically put the effort and the time and the money he made back into his system. Give him that 12-month figure that you made on that system, Rich, over 12 months, my man.
Frightening thing is though, dude, it's not just about me, it's the whole people in
No, I want to show people it's possible, because again, there's so many people out there, yeah, but I don't have $50. Yeah, but I don't have $500. The problem is not the money, it's the attitude. So I just want to show you what's possible, all right? So go ahead, Rich, let us hit them with the money hammer, because that definitely deserves it. Your 25 bucks before didn't deserve it, but share with them what you did over a 12-month period from a standing start.
In just under 12 months, across all of the different businesses that I were both promoting and that were inside the system, it was around 90K.
Let's hit them. Boom, boom, boom. Hit them with the money. Hit them with the chicken hammer. Come on, come on. No, again, I get excited. We get excited now. Rich does, because he said it's not about him. The excitement comes from being able to share the system to allow people like you to do the same damn thing. And what we're saying is it's possible. So again, this is not about big. This is not about rich. This is about creating a system wrapped around the one major thing that people are missing. And what is that one major thing, Rich?
That is traffic, baby.
Traffic. So again, if you're on this call and you basically are going, what the hell? They're hitting chickens and hammers and, talking about, again, unlike other gurus, we're not up here with the shiny suits and the perfectly capped teeth and flashing the cash and all like that. We show real proof progress results, and we will show our back offices live. That's the difference, all right? It's not a Photoshop or anything like that. We're going to show you live. I'm going to show you live. Again, results not typical. I'm a top 3 to 1% earner, but I'm going to show you live in my back office where I've made over $112,000 in just one part of the program. Now, again, not saying that you can do that also, because I don't know your work ethic from mine, et cetera, but the system we've put together has proven, based on what Rich has been able to do, based on what other people are doing with the system. We only kicked this system off to the public. It's a system I've been using for the last 11 months straight, but we kicked it off to the public. We launched it the day after Christmas. Can you believe that? It's already a month and a half, Rich. All right? To allow people to duplicate the system also. And the feedback has been fantastic. So without further ado, all right, if you loved that story of Rich going from 0 to basically 90,000+, all right, with a system similar to this in 12 months, let's get some thumbs up, some hearts, some love out there for my man, Rich. All right, Rich, one last time, hit it. Let's hit him with the chicken. And let's give them the presentation. Again, if you're watching this on replay, make sure you get back to the person that shared the link with you. They're part of the group in the Facebook, BOSSXL Facebook group. Make sure that if you're watching this live, we appreciate your being with us. Now, the great thing about being live is you can go ahead and check out the Facebook group right now. You're going to see a lot of people showing proof progress results, a lot of people basically talking about this system being entirely different, because we focus on the one thing that most people out there don't. A lot of people focus on the product. We focus on the most important thing when it comes down to business and having sales and success, and that's traffic. And so sit back for the next 30 minutes. Rich and I are going to give you a presentation. So I want you to do this. Listen, if you have, it's Sunday, we know that, and you've got your baby mama all up on you and she's trying to smooze and kissy, you got to push her away, got to focus. If you got your boyfriend trying to be all Valentine's-y a couple of days early, get your flowers and all, got to push him away. Let him know it's important that you got to spend the next 30 minutes with Big and Rich to go over something that is going to make a difference for you and your family. If you got the kids, God love them. I got kids. All right, Rich has got kids. Just let them know. Give me an extra hour. I got to focus on something that's important. This BOSSXL is about to change things for me. All right, listen, I'll come tuck you in bed later, but right now I got to focus. If you're on Facebook, the only reason you better be on Facebook is because you're watching this live and you're sharing this out to other people going, hey, check this out. This dude's hitting a chicken with a hammer, or maybe he's hitting the hammer with the chicken. Who knows? But the bottom line is we're going to share with you a presentation that's pretty powerful. And the difference is it's not all fluff. Real proof, real progress, real results. And on that note, my man, as he calls himself, the geek of bosses, Rich, is going to take you through the opening presentation, and I'm going to pop in every now and then to hit you with the money hammer of results, live back office shots.
Beautiful. Let's go.
Let's go.
So, can you see my screen, people?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I love it when things work. This is so much better. Google, isn't it? Oh, man. So, yeah, here we go. Right now, earnings disclosure, vitally important. Irrespective of a single word we say tonight, everything boils down to work ethic, business system, strategy. It's your own individual ability, capabilities, and effort that determines the outcome. So if we say that we've earned this or that someone's earned that, it matters not.
Yeah, we never claim that this is a get-rich scheme, nor are we presenting you with an opportunity to get rich. We're not making claims of exorbitant income just because we love to. It's backed up by facts and figures, but that doesn't mean that you yourself are going to be able to do that. Again, results not typical. Earnings income is never promised nor guaranteed. The beautiful thing about the BOSSXL Supercharged Sales Loop system, it is not a pyramid, investment, or Ponzi scheme, matrix program, or get-rich-quick scheme. We have no promises of interest on money invested. We provide the platform and the membership to BOSSXL free of charge for every single user. What you do with it is entirely up to you. Let's hit them.
Absolutely. Let's go. So who is this for? This is for people like me, people like Big, people like you, and people who are absolutely fed up with the grind that comes from everyday life. Now, you might already be in the online marketing space. You might be in the network marketing space. Fantastic. You're on the fringes already. This might be completely new to you. And if so, you maybe need to hook up with whoever brought you here afterwards to see what the hell we were talking about. But hopefully, it's going to make a lot of sense, because the market that we're aiming at is massive. There's some stats on screen that I'm not going to read you, but these are true numbers. And when we get speaking to people, we're often hit with but aren't you going to saturate the market? Or when people get bored of this stuff, or the internet's just a fad. I love that one. I love that one. But yeah, the reality is there's no way that this is going to come to saturation. And ultimately what we've done is we've positioned this particular system so that it grows alongside of these growing markets. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So there's a kind of, I was going to call it a story. It's more a fact, really. People think that the gold rush back in the old Yankee world, back in the 1800s, was a massive money spinner for people digging for gold. Truth is, it was, but not for the guys digging for gold. The people who made the most money were the guys selling the picks and the shovels and the pans. And so what we've done, not just for that reason, but I think it's pretty cool that we have, is we've created a system that provides the tools and the resources and the things that are needed by that growing market for them to succeed. When you've got a booming market, an online marketing space is booming beyond compare. If you can provide those people with what they need to succeed, you're on to a winner. And that's exactly what we've done right here with these 4 programs that you can see at the bottom of the screen: Online Sales Pro, Least Ad Space, FutureNet, Future Ad Pro, and Exodus. So what do you get with BOSSXL? You get introduced to, well, firstly, you get this show, which apart from being a little bit crazy, maybe better than watching a soap opera, a bit of entertainment, it is educational, inspirational, motivational, and it's designed to help grow your business. So when you get involved, you can bring your people here and we do the heavy lifting for you. You can't really tell because I've not got a t-shirt on tonight. It might not look like I do heavy lifting, but Big sure does. But we're going to give you, we're going to give you 6 lead capture pages. Actually, I think it's 8 now. We keep adding to them. But we're going to give you 8 capture pages to capture people's information so that you can sell to them on autopilot via your system. We're going to give you 11 pages of tutorials. We're going to give you shows like this, free training, Facebook groups, one-on-one coaching, and all sorts of cool stuff that comes with BOSSXL for free.
Wait, Rich. What the hell did you just say? So, free. Automated success system with 8 lead capture pages, 11 pages of tutorials, all kinds of videos, free weekly live training twice a week. We have this Pit Lane Power Hour show every single Sunday without fail, even though there's about 12 inches of snow out on the ground outside. We have chat rooms where we interact with people inside those membership groups. We have 2 separate Facebook groups, and we do one-on-one coaching for people that are in the winner's circle.
We're giving away the farm.
What are you friggin' stupid? Why would we do all this?
It makes you wonder, mate. And there's days when I genuinely do wonder, I tell you. So yeah, if you remember, you get a lot. So what is this all comprising of then? So I talked earlier on about business opportunities, sales system exposure, and that it's evolved. So as we launch into BOSSXL, what you've essentially got is business opportunities, success system with an exposure loop. What's a success system? A success system is made up of 5 different things. They're listed on the screen here, and number 1 is the big one that I missed out for a lot of years, and that cost me a lot of money. I thought I was saving money, not buying traffic.
You were chicken.
I were chicken. I were massive chicken. That chicken don't even come close to what I were. But if I were to tot up, I was surrounded by some major marketers, and I look at what they earned, and I was smarter than them. I were in before them, but I could have been earning that money if I'd have been buying traffic. So not buying traffic genuinely cost me hundreds of thousands of pounds. I know that for a fact, and I'm not bitter, and I don't cry into my pillow on a night about it, but I ain't making that mistake again. So the second thing that you need is a funnel. A funnel is an automated way of driving people from a point of interest to a point of desire to a point of taking action. Then you need a filter. A filter is a way of getting rid of the tire kickers. The people who are just looking for the sake of looking, who are not really going to take action, who are going to ask 100 questions and take no action.
Get them out. Kick them. Don't want them.
We don't want them. We don't want them. So we're happy at the start of the whole process to tell you this is a filter. This is 60 minutes because some of you won't make it. You're not going to last, and you're going to go your ways.
Bye-bye. You know,
it's okay.
Bottom line is, if you don't stick around, you'll never get the money hammer coming down for you. But the truth is, you're absolutely right, Rich. A success system, if you're going to generate a residual recurring income, a real business, you need to have these 5 things. So continue, my man. And one of the most important is filter. You want to do business with people that want to do business with you. It's that simple.
Exactly. So the follow-up's key though, because it doesn't matter whether you're in online marketing, offline marketing, whether you're in just normal everyday life, without follow-up, no decisions are made. It's not by chance that Cadbury's, chocolate companies, advertise on TV over and over. McDonald's advertises over and over. Real estate agents have boards on every house, not just every odd house, because they know that by seeing things multiple times, you take action. I think there's marketing statistics that say something like you've got to see something 7 to 12 times before you take action. So what we've built into this automated system that we've got for you is a follow-up process that re-exposes it for you. So not only are we going to sell it for you in the first place, we're going to resell it multiple times over and over through a series of follow-ups that are automated. Too much water all at once. Yeah, we're real. So number 5 is tiered congruent products. And this is word of the week, congruency. I love that word.
I love that it's catching on. Everyone's using it now. I love it. Go ahead, my man. Explain what tiered congruent offers are, because there are very few out there when it comes to internet marketing, my man.
Absolutely. Tiering in product range is just basically changing your product range up. So introducing someone at a level that they're comfortable with until they gain more comfort, and you can introduce at a higher level till they gain more comfort, and so on and so on. So ultimately, many people would look at getting started online for next to nothing. They wouldn't look at getting started online for a big chunk. Once they're in for next to nothing and they realize that it's real, that it's not a scam, that it's something that actually works, they're more likely to go up the levels. And so what we've done is we've put together a range of tiered, congruent, so products that work together and complement each other, products and offers within this entire system that's sold for you. So what I reckon we should do is get cracking and show people what these offers are and exactly.
Oh yeah, it's so sexy. Let's go. And there's a reason we use an infinity loop, and we're going to tell you why right now. Because earlier Rich talked about BOSSX being business opportunity, sales system, and X being exposure. But the beautiful thing that was missing, and what really kind of kicked it off, was letting Rich know, brother, you need a loop. You need something to loop all those profits back in to drive more visitors, to drive more profits, to buy more traffic, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's how you now have the BOSSXL Supercharged Sales Loop System. And you can see my man Rich beaming like a proud father with his newborn baby that has a beard. Go ahead and show off your baby here, Rich. Let everybody see it.
Yeah, so business opportunities. The two front-end business opportunities that we've got in BOSSXL are least ad space and future ad Pro, which is part of the FutureNet group. And the reason that we've selected these is, firstly, they're underutilized. There's massive opportunity when something's underutilized. And secondly, because they're traffic based. And so what it does is it teaches people from the off the importance of buying traffic. Least ad space is a safe list. So all a safe list is a list of people who have agreed to receive your emails. And so that in itself is really powerful. We call it the training ground because it's an awesome system to really cut your teeth as an online marketer and as an email marketer. And we teach you all sorts about that in the training series that we do. Future Ad Pro, however, is a traffic exchange. So you've got two different forms of traffic, safe list and a traffic exchange. A traffic exchange is simply a website where you can advertise your website in return for looking at other people's. And they can advertise theirs in return for you looking at that. And so you're exchanging traffic. Both of these things pay great commissions. Both of them provide great services, not necessarily in that order, because the service is really, really important. So there's many different types of traffic that you get within these businesses. We're not going to go too heavily into the products and services because of the time that we've got. But what I will show you is just a breakdown of some of the packages. So when you start in Least Ad Space, you buy a $7 traffic package. And what that gets you, as you can see on this screen, is some banner ad impressions. So banner ads, for those who don't know, when you're looking on websites, you'll see banners around the different websites. You see it a lot on eBay, on Amazon, on places like that. So you get some banner advertising. You get a text advert that's shown 4,000 times. You get a solo email, which essentially is what you're buying. You're buying a solo campaign, and that's sent out every 28 days for life by you, if you wish. For $7, you get a lifetime's worth of solo ad campaigns. Now, if you're in this space already, did you just money hammer in silence? You just money hammered in silence. You're on mute. So if you're already in this space, solo campaigns, you'll know, cost anything from $40, $50, $100, $200. So to be able to buy any solo campaign for $7 is a big deal. To be able to buy one that you can send every single month to, at the minute, a list of over 3,000 people who are all business opportunity seekers or business opportunity owners, people who work from home. So then you can buy bigger packages, which means you're able to send more emails, advertise to more people, so on and so on. It's one product range, one package essentially, but more numbers. So as you work your way up, you're able to do more with it, which means as there's more cost, there's more earnings, because with Least Ad Space, the commissions are you still on mute, dude? You are still on mute. The commissions are 100%. 100% commissions on Least Ad Space because it's a peer-to-peer program, which basically means that when you buy your traffic package, you get the resale rights. So when somebody buys more traffic, they're actually buying it from you. It's all done through the system.
Oh, I was being respectful, but right here on that, if you're loving what Rich is saying about Least Ad Space as part of the BOSSXL loop, go ahead and give us some thumbs up, give us some hearts there. It's a great little program, and as we talked about it, it's an introduction into the tiered congruent part of those 5 points that he talked about. But continue, my man. I'm just chomping at the bit to be able to show them the back office of Least Ad Space, because I'm going to hit them with a money hammer on some of those little $7 and $17. They add up quick.
They're beautiful. Well, the thing is, if you look on that screen that you're looking at now, I can't see it because your face is in the way. Let me just move your face, but it tells you. Beautiful. But you see the potential earnings depending on what level people upgrade to. And we know these potential earnings are based on 100% fulfillment, which is not going to be real life. But bloody hell, even if you come close, it's not bad going for a cheeky little $7 offer.
Yeah, so, let's talk about the 64 people on the $17 level. How much do you get out of that if you fill that whole thing up, Rich?
And these of the second level, it's just over $1,000, buddy. You go third level, which in
what's that? Oh, proof.
Oh, technology is going a bit squiff. 1 second, but there we go. That's better. So yeah, in our training, we talk about working your way up by using your profits, working your way up to the $27 level, where at the $27 level, you've got over 13 grand's worth of potential commissions. And more importantly, a lot more traffic. So,
absolutely. So what we're saying is we're introducing you to the first part of BOSSXL, but it really is to introduce you to the concept of having traffic earn you money to buy more traffic to your offers. And the beautiful thing about this is I'm going to basically jump in right after Rich kind of introduces. So I'm going to go ahead and get least ad space ready. You continue, my man, and let me know when I can take over the screen and show live what least ad space looks like.
As soon as you're ready, buddy, I'll just fill space until you're ready. But yeah, essentially with least ad space, because it's such a cheeky little offer, such a low ticket offer, the take up on it is really good. That's why we've positioned it right at the front of your system. So this automated system that we're talking about, once you're involved in it and you've got it working for you, we're going to show you where to advertise it. We're going to show you how to promote it as a single link. And when people follow that link, the first thing they're invited to do is get started with
awesome. I am taking over. Here comes King Kong Bundy. Look out. Look out. So we're going to go right into least ad space. Sorry, I kicked you to the curb there, Rich, my man. But as Rich talked about, I wanted to open up on this because the first thing you're going to notice is all the banners that he talked about. And whoop, whoop, there he is. There he is. We create inside the BOSSXL group, we create banners that we share with you guys to use for free. For free.
Come
I
on.
said, no, I said for free. I did not say free. I said for free. But this just gives you an idea of some of the banners. And this is what they call the ad blog, which is running, as Rich said, this goes in front of all the people who are members, and it is a safe list. So those people are open to opportunities. Just to give you an idea, I just wanted to show off one of the banners there. We have plenty of others that you can use also. But as Rich said, if you go down and you look at purchasing a traffic pack, all right, if you go to do that, in my case, I can't, let me log back in, all right. Love the fact that they love to keep us safe here. Don't go copying my password out there, everyone. Oh, hey, Rich.
Oh,
I can't buy anymore.
We applaud your enthusiasm.
Yeah, absolutely. Red Diamond is the highest level. That is the top level. And what you get for that is absolutely fantastic for what you pay. But again, if you applaud my enthusiasm, go ahead on the live here. Give me some likes, thumbs up, hearts. But unfortunately, they don't have anything else for me because I'm at the top level Red Diamond, and you can be too. We have a couple of people already in the group that have moved through and made the decision to go to Red Diamond. We're not saying you have to, but once you get in the system, you find out how spectacular least ad space is, and you find out how you can leverage it from a marketing standpoint. But let's just give you some proof to let you guys see, okay, from a transaction. I'm going to do this quick because I don't like sharing people's emails, but the great thing about it is there are no emails here on transaction. It just goes to usernames. But if we look at the transaction just going back for the last couple of months, all right, the beautiful thing here is you introduce people to that tiered offer as I talk about, and these little 7 and 17 start to add up. And yes. I take all this money. That's a beautiful thing. Let's do this. Boom! But it's to show you, all right, that if you show people and show them how to leverage and educate them on leveraging this, even at the $7 level, it's a beautiful way to start a training ground, as Rich said, into taking full advantage of, all right, being able to submit a text ad. So going in here and learning how to write a text ad that's going to stand out for people. Going in here and basically submitting a banner ad, learning how to write that properly as far as you know the banner ad goes. And like I said, we create those, but in the system you also learn how to create those yourself. Being able to go in here and do a personal blog, which is free as part of the system. Being able to send out a solo ad, as Rich said, at the $7 level, every 28 days. At the Red Diamond level, I can send out a solo ad every single day. And that's the beauty of it. It starts to train you to be a marketer, knowing that it's all about traffic and driving eyeballs to your offer. So you want to take over, Rich, you can be King Kong Bundy and take over. We just want to show people how powerful it is to get started with this little $7 offer, start to leverage it, learn how to market based on traffic and eyeballs to your offer. Because as we said, that's the most important thing. Remember, number one on the list, traffic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. I'm going to kick you out. So,
oh, man. All right. Hey, give me some hearts and some likes before my man Rich kicks me out and you don't see my screen anymore. Oh, too late. Love you all anyway. I'll be back, though.
So on we move. We are now looking at Future Ad Pro. Future Ad Pro is part of the FutureNet group. So FutureNet is a social media platform. Think Facebook. And so social media, multimedia, video sharing, picture sharing, that kind of thing. It's based out of Poland, and it's an incredibly successful social media platform that launched a traffic exchange off the back of its success. So in this particular model, we talk about Future Ad Pro. When you connect with the person who introduced you to all this, they can talk to you about FutureNet at another time. Future Ad Pro is actually what we're looking at. And what we're going to talk about is the traffic, funnily enough, who'd have thought it. And so when you buy into Future Ad Pro, you're buying advertising packages. And so an advertising package is a text ad. So you look on screen, and what you can see right now is a text ad. This could be written by you, me, or someone else. Do you need more traffic, better conversions, and more sales? Open.
Wasn't written by us, Rich, because we would have written it better than that. But anyway, go ahead, my man.
So on the Future Ad Pro website, you advertise like that. Well, not like that, but in a similar vein to that. And so what your job is, for want of a better word, is to click 10 of those adverts every 24 hours, 10 adverts a day. In return for doing so, Future Ad Pro pays you handsomely. Subject to them making profit, they pay you a share of the company's revenues. And so your only work is clicking ads. And in return, they're going to share revenues once they're available with you on a daily basis. Actually, it's less than daily, isn't it? They don't just pay once a day, do they, buddy?
Oh, they pay multiple times per day, again, depending on the revenues that come in. Nothing's ever guaranteed, but if they have revenues, they will certainly share with the members who are active. And in a little bit, I'll share my screen live and show you what that means to be active and participating. But go ahead, buddy. You're doing a great job.
Absolutely.
Better than that person that wrote that ad there. Hey, if it's your ad and you're watching this, you better hook up with us so we can train you better.
Hook up with us. So like leased ad space, when you sell traffic packages, when you sell ad packages, when you have people who join you in your business, you earn a commission off the basis of what they buy. Just like any business, online is no different to anything else. If you're in retail, if you're in direct sales, if you're in real estate, whatever it might be, money is made. That's just the way of the world. You know, we're talking about this, and I know full well a couple of you are going to be hit with people saying to you, yeah, but it sounds like one of them things, you know, where the people at the top make money and because I'm putting money in the bottom. No, you're buying services which costs money, which means somebody makes money. That's just the way of the world, the way of the government, the schooling system, and every business infrastructure. So when people join you and buy advertising in Future Ad Pro, you earn commissions of these rates dependent on how seriously you're involved in the business. So if you're literally just getting started, you're not paying a dime to be in Future Ad Pro. It's free. There's a pattern emerging here. It's free. Going, and people buy into advertising, then you're going to earn 3% of whatever they spend. You see that first column? As you get more serious, you might become a paid member within Future Ad Pro, and as you work your way up through the paid membership ranks, you earn more commission and more commission based on their genuine purchases of genuine advertising services. So this is what we mean when we say at the start, it all depends on your work ethic. It depends on your business system. It depends on your strategy, because the opportunity, you'll see in just a minute, is pretty significant. In fact, let's have a look at, right, I'm going to have to make that slide come in slower.
Oh, man, that was like last week's slide.
So yeah, let's jump to that then. There we go. That's a beautiful slide. I love that.
Let's look at that. Yeah, that was January 21. You want to see a huge difference since that time? Keep note of that. 100,000, right? Keep note of
That's
that. On
one.
show them right there. January 21, 2017, 100, 296. Keep note of that. A couple weeks ago.
There we go. Right. So I've got a feeling somebody's going to take over my screen any second now, because it sounds like he's got something to prove, a little something to show. Where we at? 100,000.
Now, here's the thing. But before I do, Rich, we want to show you it's not only myself and Rich having success. We want to share. And again, results not typical. As we said, there's no guarantee of income or earnings, but we did want to show you there are other people inside the group sharing their proof progress results also. And there you have a couple of people inside our group, right, Rich?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm just checking out some of the love on comments, buddy.
Yeah, share the love. Yeah, my man Ben Clark talking all about Future Ad Pro gives a review. My man Eric right now over 15,000. Whoop! Oh man, boom! That gets a money hammer, Eric. Good for you, brother. Good for you. And Eric is part of our winner circle. And if you want to find out what that is, you can always find out in the group.
So jump on board, buddy. Let's have a look at
King Kong Bundy coming through. Sorry, Rich. Love you, brother, but I'm taking over. Started at the bottom. Now we here. All right, Future Ad Pro, as I said, top 3 to 1% as far as it goes. The great thing about Future Ad Pro is it is a part of FutureNet, which is a large international company that gets revenues from a bunch of different sources, not only advertising, but hard goods, as well as leasing, as well as they're looking to create their own cryptocurrency soon. So they are growing. They just opened another office in the Ukraine. They are based in Poland. And bottom line is Future Ad Pro, as Rich said, is an advertising program that shares the revenues with active members. If you are at the highest level on the profile, meaning the paid, you can go up to 1,000 ad packs, okay, at the $50 level, and 100 of the $10. Now I got to go in and buy some more of these. I just took out, and I'll show you, I took a distribution today of over $1,000. And so by tomorrow, I'll have another $1,000, which I'll go back and buy back up to 1,000 ad packs. You don't have to do that. You don't have to shoot for 1,000 ad packs, but I'll show you how I got there. And a lot of it has to do with building the team and training and teaching those people to utilize the advertising. What you are required, even as a free member, is you're required to watch those 10 ads per day. And the reason they set it up like this is because from an advertising standpoint, you want to know that it's real people, real eyeballs on your offers. But it's very, very simple. As Rich showed you, you're going to click on Watch My Ads. It's going to come up. You have a choice here. And in order to qualify, you've got to do the 10. So I better get going here. So I am qualified till tomorrow, but I just want to show you how easy it is. So basically, here's an ad that pops up. They've done some little things there, stand out from the rest. We're going to click it. It's going to take about 30 seconds. What you hope is that when you set up an ad, you have a fast loading page because you have about 30 seconds, all right? And they do, very fast loading page, all right? So I'm going to stop this. But what you do is you see what they're doing is, in most cases, a lead capture page to capture your information if it interests you, in order to learn more about their product. Takes about 30 seconds. When it's done up here, you're going to see the option to go to the next ad. And if you remember, I had 0 of 10, you'll see the counter click off. So it'll tell you when you're done, and you're good for 24 hours. I always like to do it twice a day just to make sure. Boom, we're done. I don't see anything I like here, so I'm going to move on to the next ad, and it's going to give me, once again, rotate through, give me those choices. As you see up here, 1 of 10. If I did the same thing here and watched it, it would go 2 of 10. But I don't want to waste so much time here. The beauty is how easy it is to create these ads. We told you that Least Ad Space was a training ground on how to write text ads. Well, guess what? This is where you step up a level because you're trying to compete with all of these text ads. So you start to learn in the trading ground and least ad space. You learn from that. You learn from the group. You learn from our training, and you start to compete here because you want yours to stand out. All right. Bottom line is you have that 30 seconds to make an impression. All right. So once you do that, how easy is it? You go into the advertising section and you essentially can create a new ad. Very easy. It's going to look similar to least ad space. You're going to have a title, you're going to have the copy that you're going to do, and the URL link that you want to promote. The wonderful thing about Future Ad Pro that we love, which is why you're stepping up, we say least ad space is a training ground, all right, because you're marketing to those people within that system. Here, you're marketing to people within the system which they gathered information demographically when they signed up for FutureNet, which is the social media side, so that you can start to filter your ads based on, are they a man or woman, their age, what country, and what language. And so if I go back to the dashboard here, all right, and basically these packs that you're buying and the advertising that you're going for, when you go to watch the ads, all right, you're going to see ads based on where you are. Now, some people sometimes mess up a little bit and they'll put language, for someone like myself in the US, that doesn't make sense. You don't want to do that. That's the beauty of this program. The other beauty is we talked about it. If you're an active member, meaning that you have at least one $10 ad pack or one $50 ad pack, then you share in the revenue as long as you actively click on at least 10 ads per day and watch those fully, and it'll say you're qualified to share in the revenues that day when they pay out, all right? And if there are revenues that day, they will pay those out over time in that 24-hour period. The beautiful thing about this is when you teach people, okay, and you put money back into your business, then you can, all right, again, big disclaimer here, results not typical. I'm a top 3 to 1% earner, but earnings, income is never guaranteed nor promised, but it can be done. Now, today is, as we know, okay, February 12th. We saw earlier when Rich and I put this slide together, presentation last week, all right, that this was 100,000. So in 2 weeks, nearly 12,000, boom,
Wow.
dollars.
Wow.
All right.
When you changed screen, I was looking at the love and I turned back and it's there. Wow.
Absolutely. So give me some love. But again, results not typical. Nothing is guaranteed, but it's based on your work ethic. If you work the system, we teach you all about how to utilize and leverage Future Ad Pro inside the BOSSXL system. Once again, it's all about driving traffic, more people back into the offer, more eyeballs on your offer, and how to utilize and leverage all of this. The other thing that I love, and we'll leave you right there, is Future Ad Pro wants you to know it's all about the advertising, all about that. So they take 5% of your earnings and all and put back into an advertising account, which you can use to basically buy more views, which is what you want to do. See here, buy 1,000 ad views. You can do that from that account. See that? All right, for $5. Okay. So I can use that money and buy 9,000. I can use this money sitting there, 5,000. I can buy, Rich, 1 million views. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy. But what am I going to do with all those views? Absolutely. So on a last note, all right, last note about Future Ad Pro. What do I love about Future Ad Pro so much? It's basically being able to take and focus your advertising. So I'm going to give you an idea of what you want to do. Not only is it about the commissions, it's about building a team. That's where those commissions come from, as Rich showed you on the, okay, sorry, not that one.
Dude, don't give away the farm. We'll do that on training.
No. I want to show them this. Okay, this is what you did, and you can take over, King Kong Bundy. This is where it comes from. As you build your team, if you are a free member, 3%. All right, if you're in 5, look at this. This is where it comes from. 8% off my first direct line, 4% off theirs, 111. So as everyone's building their ad packs, advertising, et cetera, this is where it comes from. So it's a combination of revenue sharing and having a team that continues to drive more people, more traffic, purchase more advertising, and the commissions become secondary if you focus on the marketing and the traffic. And so on that note, I will leave that. No more money hammer, because again, commissions are nice, but the reason they're there is because I'm driving a boatload, or no, let's see, it's BOSSXL. I'm driving a Mustang 770 supercharged load of traffic to my offers through Future Ad Pro. And boom, he's got me. All right.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Appreciate you, man. Cheers. So, Future Ad Pro, there we go. That's your business opportunities. That's your front end. We're going to fly through the success system. So, the part of the entire BOSSXL gig that is going to give you those other 4 elements: your funnel, your filter, your follow-up, and to an extent, your tiered congruent products. So it is an autopilot system. There's some work involved in getting it set up, but it can be as automated as you wish it to be. Online Sales Pro is a tool suite. So it's a suite of sales pages, lead capture pages, social media training, lead generation management. It's the heart of our entire business. With or without BOSSXL, it would still be the heart of our entire business. Whatever business you're in, I don't care whether you sell shoes, whether you sell tattoos, whether you sell online marketing or otherwise. If you have something to promote, you need to be using Online Sales Pro. And that goes for people who are promoting stuff where there's no money. Clubs, girl guides, societies. There's so many uses for it. We even know a guy who's used it for selling his car. So what does it do? It allows you to build presentations. It allows you to build pages that capture people's information. Because if you remember right back at the start, I spoke about there being the 4th thing, follow-up, that's so important. People not buying on their first exposure, but making a buying decision after their 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th exposure. So the follow-up is key. So if you've got a suite, a really professional system that captures their email address, that you can follow up, then you're in a much stronger position. And that's what Online Sales Pro does. In a couple of minutes, we'll show you a couple of the pages and exactly how we've got it working and what the BOSSXL system looks like to you. But there's also the affiliate side of things. How are you actually going to earn money? Because although Online Sales Pro is the success system, that SS, it's also a business opportunity. It's also a chance to make some really healthy income. And so what we've got is a affiliate offer. It costs $37 a month to be an Online Sales Pro member, to use their tool suite and their systems. Of that, you earn $20 per month commission when somebody joins.
That's 54% paid out to you.
Is that actually what the number equates to?
Yep.
I thought I was supposed to be the geek.
No. Big dumb football player here. Go. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. As Rich said, we built the whole system on it, but it's also an affiliate offer. Go ahead, Rich.
Thanks, dude. So you've got other options as well. There's ways to save money if you're of that mindset where you're a bit thrifty and you don't want to spend a fortune. Then buying at the annual membership, you can pay for the year and you get a massive discount. So that's well worth doing. And if your members do that, that also generates a healthy commission, which Big may or may not know the percentages to. Then you've got your upgrades as well. And there's so much cool stuff inside. In fact, you might even get to see inside in just a second. But we've got members who are absolutely loving this because they, like me, a year or so ago, had been involved in business opportunities, but not had any way of promoting them. They, like me, had been guilty of just spamming their Facebook wall with a link, or cornering their family and friends into taking a look at something, or texting out random strangers if they see their mobile phone numbers around, or doing all of the crazy stuff that they're taught in network marketing, but not having any way of following through. or looking professional, or even creating a sales presentation that we're going to get any decent results. Now they have. The guys are loving it, dude, aren't they? Absolutely loving it.
They are. I mean, J. Mark Stevens talks about logging into his dashboard, seeing cha-chings go off. And that's a beautiful thing about this system. You know, the ownership that built it, Joe Kelman, Grady, all those guys, my man Vince Ortega, really put some effort into not only making this tools that you can use to build landing pages and funnels and marketing systems for basically anything. I mean, not only was there someone selling a car, but there's someone in the group essentially that went viral because he created a page and a system to sell Girl Scout cookies, you know, get signups and all like that. And people are loving that. But Mimi said she woke up to chat with another OS VIP member, basically, who upgraded. And then Kathy Nicholson talked about making a business page in OSP for her MLM or network marketing business. So the beauty of this is once you dial into the BOSSXL system, and Online Sales Pro is the engine that runs it, you're going to be able to use that engine for any other business you have also. So again, it's multifunctional, and that's what people are loving. The BOSSXL is the loop, is the system, is how they're learning about marketing and all like that, but then they also realize how powerful the tool is itself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly share the screen to show you how pretty it actually is when it comes to the system that we put together. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because once you go through the BOSSXL system, you'll see how pretty and sexy it is. But Online Sales Pro has a beautiful dashboard. It has a phone app that people absolutely love, so that when the leads come in, this is basically leads, you can contact them directly from the app. But the beauty of it is the ability to create your own systems. They have templates here for existing businesses already. If I go through here, you'll see names that you know. There are classic templates that go to different businesses out there that you can customize, all right, based on that template. There are thank you templates, et cetera, et cetera. There are third-party funnels already created for businesses that you already know, including OSP, if you just want to market OSP. But, you know, again, digital altitude, easy one, the list goes on and on. And what Rich and myself did is use this platform to build the entire BOSSXL system, and it is pretty. You can build all types of lead capture pages. There's one I did that said, you know, for OSP, discover the simple system that spits out leads and commissions. But we go down here, and there's the beauty of being able to create these. Man, these are so sexy. We get down to some of the lead capture pages for BOSSXL here that you're probably seeing if you signed up for it. But here's the whole system laid out in a funnel, step by step, from testimonials to step one, to explaining each of the steps from least ad space to future ad pro to Online Sales Pro itself. And then it leads us right into a couple of bonuses that I'm going to turn back over to Rich to talk about that are pretty fantastic, that finish up the BOSSXL. And can you make money from this? Absolutely. Rich and I introduced ourselves to Joel and those guys who run OSP a little bit before Christmas, told them what we were trying to do, worked with them directly because it had never been done to build an entire marketing system that was like this on the OSP, and we basically did it. And as Rich said, so you can, if I go down and look at the affiliate offers, if we go back just to the last couple of minutes, again, results not typical, again, based on work ethic, working in the system. But the great thing is this is a straight up affiliate offer that's part of BOSSXL, and just all-time earnings there, a little south of $4,000 over the last couple of months alone. All right. And so it can be done. Results not typical. Again, earnings, commissions, nothing like that is ever guaranteed. You got to work through the system. But BOSSXL allows us to introduce the engine, which is OSP. And I'm going to come out and stop sharing, Rich, to have people understand how powerful BOSSX OSP is. Then we introduce the thing that most people are missing as a bonus, right, Rich?
Absolutely.
And we're going to spend the next 5 minutes going over the two bonuses, and you're going to understand why they're so powerful as a part of it.
So when you think BOSSXL, what you now hopefully appreciate is that it's a traffic orientated automated solution. All of those web pages that Big just showed you, they're all set up so that when you click on one link, people just follow through and follow through. So it may well look pretty but complex. It's so simple you won't believe.
Ooh, pretty but deadly. Pretty but deadly. Go ahead, my man.
Absolutely, absolutely. So just a couple of very quick testimonials before we move on to the bonuses. And I've got so many of these saved on my computer, it's ridiculous, because we're constantly getting feedback from people. And I love that from Eric. I've learned more about this past 2 weeks than I have in the past 2 years. Been online for 2 years and learned more in the previous 2 weeks working with us than he had in the previous 2 years. Awesome, awesome feedback. So the exposure loop, Big spoke about that, the looping of the funds so that you can pay for traffic. Accelerate Traffic is our own solo ad traffic source. This is unique to us, and we've not gone public with it yet. It's only really being used for our BOSSXL members. So this is high quality, 90% top tier paid traffic. These are people who are specifically looking to improve their lives for online businesses and ways of improving their situation. And we're going to show you how you can get them looking at your offer, i.e. your BOSSXL funnel, for wholesale prices. It's a very, very sweet thing. And so this goes back to, of those 5 things that we spoke about at the start, goes back to number 1, the most important, your traffic. The website's available for you to log on to. We're currently under development with our processors, and so there will be live buttons on there so that you can order direct online. But until then, place your orders through acceleratetraffic@gmail.com, and they'll be handled twice weekly. The orders are run on a Wednesday and on a Sunday, and so we'll be able to get you plugged in. There's another traffic run going tonight, so you guys should see your mobile phone apps going cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching over the course of the next few hours. So, moving on, bonus number 2 is what we call an income accelerator. So, by this stage of the game, you've got familiar with traffic and the necessity to have it in your online business. You've got an automated system that's going to do all of those 4 things that we spoke about: funnel, filter, follow-up. It's going to look after all of that. Exodus Elite is your income accelerator. And very quickly, we're going to touch on the fact that it is your education platform. It's your content platform. It provides you with the information that you need to be able to position yourself as a professional online marketer. Now, we do training every week, every Wednesday for the beginners. We do training every Sunday for the advanced guys in the winner's circle. But there's nothing to stop you guys training yourselves. And that's exactly what the Exodus platform is. It gives you the information and the knowledge to be able to hold your posture when you're presenting yourself and your business to other people. And it gives you content. So as you become a professional online marketer, you've got information to share with people. You've got value that you can provide people with by email, by video, in person, that will allow those people to trust and respect where you're coming from. And so they'll want to join you. It's a beautiful thing. It really, really is.
And here's the beauty is it's a bonus, but it's a fantastic bonus, but it's a bonus, meaning you can get started with the BOSSXL with the 3 main parts we talked about and throwing a little seasoning in there with Accelerate Traffic. But we love this bonus so much just based on what it is, and you will too. Go ahead, Rich, my man.
Absolutely, absolutely. With all of these things, we don't put anything into BOSSXL unless there's an opportunity for you to generate income from it. With the exception of Accelerate Traffic, everything has an affiliate offer or some sort of payment program attached to it, and Exodus is no different. It's what some would call a high-ticket offer, although you can get started in this bonus for as little as $100. But the full range, the full Genesis library, including your basics, your advanced and your elite content, it retails at $1,000, and that's $1,000 commissionable to you as a member. We'll not go into the full details of how the commission structure works tonight, other than to say it's bloody lovely. It really is.
You say lovely, I say sexy. It is not only educational, but the way it's set up, the hybrid pay plan is pretty fantastic. And the great thing is we lay it all out in video form as the bonus at the back end. So again, we don't hide anything. We show you, Rich does live on that BOSSXL system, his live back office. Once again, may not be pretty, may not have the best cap teeth or the tan or, you know, the seersucker suit, but we're real, we're raw, and we show you everything. And that's what people love so much about the chat groups, is because we're constantly opening up and showing people what we're doing, how we're doing it, because we want people to learn how to do it also. It's not about bragging. It's not about bragging. It's about helping educate and create other bosses out there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. So on Exodus, have we got time for a quick screen share? I know we're running way over time, but
no, we have a couple of minutes. We actually are only about 5 minutes. When we say over, we started about 2 minutes after, and the truth is these go an hour. If we go an hour and 10, we'll be good, my man. But I think it bears needing to show them the possibilities in Exodus, and I'll let you be King Kong Bundy this time and show your back office, my man.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do that. Let's do that. So if we do this, I love when you log in and you've got the counter. Let me just refresh that page, because I think that's beautiful.
Boom!
Beautiful. Essentially, Exodus Elite, I only actively promoted this for 30 days. It might have been 40, I don't know, I lost count. But so as with everything that we speak about, results not typical, your own effort is a massive contributing factor, well, the biggest contributing factor. And so you've got the opportunity to earn generous money if you're prepared to do what's required. But what I want to show you more than the money is the actual products. So if we head into the Genesis library, let's just quickly look at the basic packages first. So when you join at $100, when you join, you've got access to the basic library of content. Now there's 2 pages of stuff, audios, videos, PDFs that are going to teach you predominantly in the basic range about traffic. So you're going to have learned at this stage about safe lists. You're going to have learned about traffic exchanges. But what about other sources of traffic?
Now, Rich, just because we say traffic, it doesn't mean that it's only about solo ads, and it doesn't mean that it's only about Facebook. What we're saying is that traffic is the most important thing, which is why it's number 1. And so many people out there forget that. And so once again, why we love Exodus, even at the basic level, it's all about traffic.
Absolutely. Getting traffic from Bing. You know, everybody uses Google. Who bothers with Bing? There's a real niche market there and an opportunity for you to scale. So then as you move on to the advanced marketing product range, you've got more and more training. And this is absolute value, if ever the word used. So what you've got is the chance to not just learn from it, but also to share this information. Now, hang on. When I say share, I don't mean just give it away willy-nilly. What I mean is use the information that you learn, package it as you, as a marketer, branded as yourself. Package the information and share it in snippets. Use it to, for want of a better word, entice people to work with you. Share your knowledge. Everybody wants to work with someone who knows what they're talking about. And by this stage, you're going to have learned so much already. Plus, you're going to have invested a good $1,000 or so in yourself. Are you worth working with, do you think? I'd say so.
I like myself enough to work with me. Yeah, go ahead. Let's do it. So the beautiful thing there is there are different levels. So we're going to tease you at the advanced and elite levels, but it just goes on and on, because it's a educational nature. Again, the commissions are nice because you have the resale rights and people pay you directly, okay, for sharing those resale rights with them. Even if you never signed up anyone, that's not the idea. The information that's in there is worth 10 times what you pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
if we go back, let's go back one last time and leave people with what they get, Rich, by joining the BOSSXL membership. There is no cost to it. Let's recap what you get, because you're watching a part of it, and I'll let you do that, my man, because a lot of other leaders slash gurus, whatever, out there charge you for building lead capture pages, things like that. And do we charge for our system or building lead capture pages or sharing any of those things at all, Rich?
You know what? And I know we've said it in jest a lot over the course of the last couple of few weeks. We've kind of gone, oh, we're crazy. Oh, we're nuts. We're doing all this for free. You know, when I was putting this slide together and I actually wrote down what we're giving away for free and put the imagery on there, I thought,
we are crazy.
It was like that. That's when suddenly it hit home. So what do you get? You get the full BOSSXL automated system. So that's a full sales suite of lead capture pages. I forget whether there's 6 or 8 now. I lose count.
There are 8 now. Yes, you're right.
There's your internal funnel, which is 11 pages of tutorials, 11 pages of sales videos that present themselves to your prospects, people who you've brought to the funnel, and sell them on these 3 things. You know, the power of that, let's just look at that for 1 second. If you're already in the network marketing, online marketing, affiliate marketing space, the chances are you've spent time or money to attract somebody. And then your system or yourself has had to convert that person to join or sign up. But they're joining or signing up one thing.
So for everybody watching out on live, give me a thumbs up for Rich if you're in that situation where many times you have a lead capture page or a funnel system for, one of your offers, but it's only for that one offer. And how many out there, give us a thumbs up, give us some hearts and love, are loving the fact that this is a multi-income stream and we're doing all the heavy lifting and selling for you? Let me see some thumbs up, some hearts out there. Yeah, absolutely. Keep going, Rich. Great point you're making, because I think people are missing the beauty, but also the power in the BOSSXL Supercharged Sales Loop system, my man.
Absolutely, absolutely. I knocked up, and it's really easy to knock up lead capture pages inside Online Sales Pro, but I knocked up a lead capture page, which was literally just an image of the signups. Over a period of, I think it went from the 1st of January to the 21st of January, and I'd had 18 signups because it's a multi-income offer.
Boom! Because what you'll find is the likelihood of people tired of trying to sell one thing and then going out and redoing and trying to sell another thing and then moving on to another, the next shiny object. What this does is, once again, focus you on all the value, but it gets people focused on the one thing that no one focuses on, but is the most important, and that is the traffic and how you loop that traffic and those profits back in order to create more signups and create more people that are on your team. At the same time, you're learning to become a better marketer. And again, we're crazy because there's no charge for that.
Absolutely. But just to reiterate on that point, because I was having this conversation this week, the number of people who in the past have been involved in businesses, they've got somebody join them in business who's wanted to set the world on fire, but then hasn't. And the reason they haven't is because they've either not been prepared, willing, or able to buy traffic or to drive traffic or to generate traffic. When your system...
When you're a chicken... When you're a chicken...
You could argue that they're chickens, but also you've got to argue that it's because the business is one thing, traffic is another thing entirely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Your business, and that's a big deal. You now try and get them to step outside and buy traffic. That's a tough sell. Whereas with this, because it's all integrated, it's all congruent, it's all sexy, it's just, 18 signups, 21 days. So you get 3 weekly trainings, Wednesday and Sunday, depending on whether you're at a starter level or at an advanced level. You get free clay prospecting shows. What's one of those? You're watching it. This is a funnel in itself. This is a filter. This does the hard work for you. If you've not yet got a funnel system because you've not joined Online Sales Pro, send your people here and we'll sell them Least Ad Space, Future Ad Pro and Online Sales Pro for you. You've got your chat rooms. The Winner's Circle chat room is constantly going off the hook. You've got the Facebook groups. You've got one-on-one time with me and Big, depending on what level you are within the entire system. And you've got yeah, an amazing future ahead if you get started. So what you need to do next is get back in touch with whoever hooked you up with this gig. What I mean by that is you might have seen it on some, you might have seen one of your friends click like on something. You know how Facebook works. You might have seen one of your friends comment on something. Go back to the person that led you to this, whether they directly said, come and watch this, or whether you just happened across it because of someone's activity. Go back, speak to them, find out how to get plugged in. Join the Facebook group at jointhefacebookgroup.com. That's going to plug you straight in with us guys, and we will communicate with you on a level. You'll get to see all of the other people who are really cool guys, incredibly normal.
Hey, if you're watching this and you're one of the cool guys and gals in the group, hit us up with some thumbs up, some hearts. All right, let them know. Let them know you love the BOSSXL group and the interactivity.
There's a lot of cool guys in there.
And gals.
And girls. We're going to have to make the guys generic. We can't keep going in the
Right, absolutely.
So when you're talking to the person who got you started, who's helping you out, agree a starting budget. Because what we've talked about is you can do Least Ad Space at $7. You can do Future Ad Pro at $10. You can do Online Sales Pro at $37. That's a $54 startup. That's what you can do. I'm not saying that's what you should do. You start at whatever level you're comfortable, whether you're coming in as a big hitter starting with $1,000 or so, whether you're coming in as a freebie and building up to the $54. It doesn't matter. It's down to your own circumstances. But don't be rigidly stuck to what's said on video. Your circumstances determine it. So agree a starting budget, treat it seriously like a business, and start it with your business budget. Set your goals. Decide what you want out of this. This is not for fun. It is fun, but it's not for fun. There's got to be something that you're doing this for, whether that be more time with your family, whether it be a holiday or whatever. Set it out as a milestone and then put a plan in action. Get started. Figure out what would stop you. What do I mean by that? When your sponsor, the person who introduced you to it, says, right, you want this holiday? What would stop you getting it? Find out what actually would stop you getting it, and don't stop unless that thing crops up. That's pretty much all you need to do, guys. It's going to be awesome. I know that. He knows that. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching it know that. I've not said it yet so far tonight, but if you know it, give us some likes, give us some love, and we'll pretty much finish up on that, I think, buddy.
There was one main thing that you forgot, the last part, Rich, and that is get to work. And so if you'll come out of screen share, both you and I will leave all of you watching with our parting words. And that is that we appreciate you spending the last hour and 12 minutes with us watching the first Facebook Live Pit Lane Power Hour. I know it was a lot to go over, but we wanted to show you exactly how powerful the system is. The beauty of it is that the system itself will take people from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to all the bonuses in less than an hour. And you, if you're signing up and you want the system, will find that you can have your entire BOSSXL Supercharged Sales Loop system up and running in less than 24 hours. That's the beauty. Not only is it sexy, not only is it fantastic, but it's highly duplicatable. It's highly replicatable. And on top of that, as you're learning and earning, we're going to push you to get to work to become that better marketer. That's what the groups are all about. That's what the one-on-ones are all about, because ultimately we want to create more bosses. And that's the word of the day. Let us help you. Let the person that introduced you to this help you become a better boss. On that note, this is your boy Big, or Big Boss. That's my man Rich. What are we calling him now? The boss of the geek of bosses, the boss of geeks. Take us out, my man.
All right, cheers for coming, guys. We really, really appreciate you, and we will see you inside those Facebook groups.
Show us some love if you love spending the last hour with us on the Pit Lane Power Hour. We'd love to see you say hello if you join the Facebook group, and that's what it is. www.jointhefacebookgroup.com will drive you to the BOSSXL Facebook group. When you get in there and we accept you in, and that's the difference. Rich and I go in and accept people personally. We invite them and we shout them out personally to the group. Make sure that you say hello, because one of the things that gets things done is action. And if you take action, it's going to equal satisfaction. We'll see you on next week's live Pit Lane Power Hour. Same time, same channel, Facebook, baby. We'll catch you another day.
Later, guys. Right, I think we